Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today with Evelio Matos, Adam Peak, and Corey Connors.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday, June 5th. Crazy day.
Yeah.
Woke up in the Matos household. I got my oldest daughter's turning 13 today. So I got a teenager today,
wow.
which is crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, good stuff, man. But you got me, Velio, Packaging Unboxed, and you got Corey Connors at Corrugated on the TikToks, Sustainable Packaging Podcast.
Good morning.
And we're missing a key guy today. We're missing Mr. Adam Peak, who is the People of Packaging podcast. Yeah, man, how's it going, Corey?
He's en route to the Great Northwest, Seattle. Adam and I will be at Circularity23 for the next few days, and really excited for this Green Biz event. John Smea and his team have put on an awesome show, I can tell.
Wow. So what is Green Biz? And good morning, everybody. Thanks for posting in here. Let us know where you guys are listening from. It's always awesome when we hear where you're listening from, and if you're familiar with the event that Corey's going to be at. So what is Green Biz?
Green Biz is a overarching umbrella company that puts on events and provides a lot of information through their newsletters about environmental issues, not just packaging. The Circularity23 is focused on packaging and obviously the circularity of the potential economy that could lead to reusable packaging and all of those amazing things. But for an example, their first event had 400 people, and this one will have 1,400 people. So wow. It's the demand is massive. Huge companies coming like Walmart and Dow, and they'll be live streaming their keynote speeches. So if you can't make it to Seattle by today or tomorrow or Wednesday, you can tune in on their website.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a huge growth.
Yeah,
awesome. So you'll be there. Adam will be there.
Yep.
Hopefully, some of you guys will be there.
Yeah, and I'm excited to present the U.S. Plastics Pact awards. I'll be interviewing the winners tonight. I can't tell you who they are yet, but I'm excited to present them on stage Wednesday. So.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. That's crazy. Also, it's awesome. Thanks so much for all you guys for joining and listening to us just chat about packaging. I mean, who knew anybody would care about listening to packaging news, right? Besides like us nerds, like we get to hang out. Corey and I get to hang out on here, and it's awesome we get to hang out with you guys. But we got people coming in from the U.S., East Coast, West Coast, all the way to Malawi with Lumbani. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. To the UK, to India. I mean, amazing. So pretty cool. We got somebody here, LinkedIn user says, hope to see you there. I don't know who that could be, but we will find out. So good stuff. So awesome. So in terms of like sustainable packaging, like let's kind of jump into that. I know there's been conversation. Our friend Richard Dancy over at James Cropper posted, I think on Thursday, about the new Absolute Vodka paper bottle, right? And that's been kind of all over the news. Everybody's like freaking out. Oh my God, there's a paper bottle. There's people on one side and people on another side. I'm on one side. I'm on the I'm not super impressed side.
Yeah.
Because it is just paper wrapped around plastic. There are benefits to it, but my question becomes, should everything become paper?
Yeah.
Back to you, Corey. What do you think?
I think that answer is a hard no. And I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope this works. I hope this makes sense for the long term. It's really cool looking. It's very sustainable looking. And according to their LCAs that they've done, it is an improvement on their current glass bottle. their glass bottles are very heavy.
Yep.
So I can see why that might be possible. But glass is recycled in Europe at a rate of 79%, which is pretty amazing.
It is.
We spoke about that at Paris Packaging Week with the
Mhm.
team from Unilever and some other amazing, influential people in the glass industry. Now, the US is less than 40% recycle rate for glass.
Yeah.
So maybe this gets recycled more than that. I highly doubt it, but
And if it does, is the
facility.
yeah, but if it does get recycled, is the resulting material actually more valuable?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Great question. I think that's the big question. Or is it more sustainable to not recycle those and then to produce glass,
right.
heavy glass bottles? That's
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah. And I'd say like, yeah, glass is heavy. Alcohol bottles are heavy, right? And a big part of that is the bottom, right? The amount of glass that's on the bottom of an alcohol bottle. That adds so much weight to it. And it's funny because it's like it's a visual cue to quality, which has nothing to do with the liquid inside, right? So you'll see that bottles that are a little bit more expensive tend to have heavier bases, and that's just to communicate quality and luxury, right? It's like if we can spend this much more money on the material, that's kind of where it started. It's like then obviously this is a good product. Has nothing to do
Yeah.
with the product. So could they make a thinner glass bottle? Probably. Could they, reduce the amount of material on the bottom of that bottle? Probably. It's not going to be the same as the weight of this paper bottle, but I don't know. It would
Something to
be a
consider for sure.
start, right? And it would be material that can be recycled. We've seen people recycling glass back into sand, right? Which is just going back into beaches, going back into areas that have been, where the beaches have just basically washed away. So it is doing some good.
New Orleans, yeah, glass half full.
100%. Yep, she's doing a great job over there. So crazy stuff. Let's see, what do we got here? We got John coming in. He feels the paper bottles are for image only up to this point in history. From experience, they're much harder to protect in shipping. Yeah, that's a good point, John. And John knows his stuff, man. He's structural guy in corrugate.
Yeah.
So shipping
Makes
these
sense.
bottles with that weight of liquid inside,
Mhm.
what else has to go? What else has to go into that master carton to pack those guys out and send out?
Heavy duty corrugated. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Kirk. Good morning.
Yeah, we got Kurt from Kirk and Kurtz. Where's Kurtz? So Kirk says heft and bulk equals quality 100%. Also the cost to ship, the environmental impact. Yeah, so where that bottle does help is the fact that it is, and I think you've got a sample. Do you have that sample bottle?
I don't yet.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're not.
Yeah, I'm asking the team from Absolute if they have one. Send it to me.
No, but I thought you were back. I forgot you weren't at home where you have your paper bottle that has plastic, right? But it's basically a hinge and it clamps around a plastic shape.
Yeah.
Right. So when you take that hinge and you open it, it allows you to nest those. Right. So when you're shipping, storing the empty bottles, then you're able to nest them, which reduces the amount of space that you're shipping. It reduces the amount of space that you're storing. So there is that. The plastic sacks that are filled with juice, those collapse. If I'm understanding this correctly, so it's kind of like a Capri Sun bag, right? They just ship flat, basically. So it does help. But again, it's like now we've got plastics and we've got paper together. How easy is that going to be for consumers to separate? How willing are they going to be to separate and recycle these?
I think the cap is aluminum, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, it is. And then
with the plastic liner.
Yeah, with the plastic line, and then the way the two come together at the neck, like that material there. It's like, how do you separate that? That's kind of the tough part. So Curtis.
Curtis. All right. Hey,
Yeah. Kirk and Curtis. That's the new podcast.
well said, Hugh.
But yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you think is, making everything paper. Is that something that you believe is more sustainable, something you'd like to learn more about, or if you feel that maybe we shouldn't focus on making everything out of paper?
How was your event in Italy?
It was awesome. It was so great. So I spoke at Milan. I had 2 conferences there, at Milan Packaging Premiere, which was awesome. I recorded a handful of interviews. Those are coming up. I just put one up with Vedragoni Self Adhesives, talk about their luxury labels.
Hmm.
Who knew there was a thing as luxury labels? And now that I know about it, I'm like, why did I know about this before? So really cool. We got Amy coming in from DS Smith saying paper bottles just a gimmick for marketing purpose. I don't. Well, it's getting a lot of press,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
yeah. But they're saying it's the future. Is there a challenge of greenwashing this product? That's the concern, right? Yeah, and then we're also excited to see what comes of this from this 3-month test.
Yeah. I hope it works. I hope it's great. I'm optimistic, but also pessimistic that it might not actually work. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Corey's the optimist in the room.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we know it's going to roll out to the U.S.? I don't think it's going to roll out until after this pilot. I think it's where is it? I think it's in the U.K. at the moment.
I think UK. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And amazingly, there's room for startups in glass recycling. 100%. There's always room for more glass recycling. I know we just started recycling glass here in Scottsdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So before,
is it through your municipality or is it through somebody else?
No, it's through the municipality, which is cool. And
that's huge.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And Mitch, who runs Recycle Across America, she's trying to educate everybody in recycling by labeling, being able to put labels on recycle cans for every local municipality that tells you exactly what's recyclable in your area. So that's been a big help. So like our labels now, our cans now have labels and tells you exactly what is recycled in our area, and glass is included with there. There's some combination materials that are included in there, and there's stuff that I didn't even think would be recyclable anymore is in there. Oh, so it's not from that's the LinkedIn user that's hidden here. So good stuff. Frugal Pack, we'll check that out for sure. And he salutes absolute. Nice. I like that, Andrew. Yeah, it's always good to try something new. But I think paper bottles have been around for a while. There's been some that were just like flat paperboard that had some cool die cuts, and you kind of rolled it around a sack. Mm-hmm. There's some wine bottles that did that. Again, there's a lot of ways to kind of do this, but will the consumer accept this? I think, Corey, you and I were talking about like the Entenmann's boxes, right? That had like the plastic cover on them.
Yeah. The donuts. Yeah.
Yeah. And, consumers, Entenmann got rid of the plastic cover. They printed the donuts on the top. Sales went down. Plastic window came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's sustainable. That's great. But if consumers don't buy it, businesses don't care.
Nothing sustainable about going out of business, right?
100%. 100%. So we got Drew. Wasn't the right thing, so we'll take a look at them. Sorry. Cool, man. So what else you got going on, Corey?
Well, we're excited about today. We're going to do a tour of the Starbucks distribution center, and they, according to the sign-up sheet, they have a huge amount of reusable packaging in their warehouse, in their distribution center. This is the world headquarters, the home, the impetus for Starbucks was here in Seattle. So really excited to see that. Adam and I will go on that tour and take a bunch of pictures and videos and
nice.
post them on LinkedIn today.
Dude, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Where's their distribution center? It's got to be outside of their corporate.
Yeah, they didn't tell us the address, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a top secret location. Yeah.
All right. Don't tell anybody.
I'll text you later. Yeah.
No, that's cool. No, I'd spent time over at their corporate on some packaging projects before. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, like right across the street, there's a barbecue place. It's like the dopest barbecue. And then on their building, they got a huge Seattle Seahawks, number 13 or 13th man flag that's bigger than their. Oh, here we go. It's Adam. Adam's coming in. Adam's not.
Landed.
Yeah, he's not on the show because he went to some game for Nuggets or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was a chicken nugget eating contest, I think. Yeah. Something like
that. He likes nuggets, is what I remember what he was telling us. So we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. See, always correcting me on the sports, dude. Right. So tell us why you went to this nugget thing. We don't even know what that's about. But going back to Tommy. All right. So Tommy says that why wouldn't we create the system first? That's right. Yeah. I know.
Adam hates your 13th man comment. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he just hates me personally. Right. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that, man.
True love. True love.
100%. I hope you choke on a nugget. But 100%, Tommy's right here. It's like, why do we focus on the material and the solution first versus the system to build around this, right? And it seems like that would make sense. But if we build an entire system and infrastructure around a piece, and then that solution doesn't work, you can't back out, right? So it's like you have to kind of work collaboratively. I think if you're launching something like this, so they're doing this, I believe it was in the UK. Do they work with the local municipalities to make sure that this is going to function?
Right.
And
then educate the consumer that
100%.
If you can't have one piece that fails or the whole thing falls apart, but we have to have the organizations available. We have to have the systems in place. We have to have the educated consumer that knows what to do with the item in the correct bin. It's all related, and it's all such a challenge. I did a tour of a MRF last week, and the president told me, she's Kristen, her name is. She said that people are still putting plastic bags in their recycle bin. And it's like, no, we have this brand new bin that you put that in. It's called Recycle Plus. It's a new program. Here's the education about it. And so people are slowly getting on board.
Yeah, that's a big part, Corey, right, is education, right? If we don't teach people what to do as consumers, they're never going to do it.
Right.
Even if you teach them, they rarely do it. I think for us, just because we are in packaging, we are in the industry, we're out there separating and moving stuff around because we know the materials, we know what to do. But the only reason we know about this Absolute is, again, it's in industry papers, but other than that, it's like nowhere else. It's just going to show up on a shelf. Somebody's going to see it and go, that's kind of cool, buy it, and it's going to get soggy, and they're going to be like, it's not that cool, and they're just going to throw it in the trash, right? Obviously, they'll drink everything out of it. And I wonder, it's like when you turn that bottle over, is that negative pressure actually going to let that liquid pour out? Or is it going to, I don't know. I wonder that, I mean, I'd love to see a bottle. I'd love to test one. Yeah. Like part of that, like what's that pour feel like?
Yeah. And does it survive in the freezer? I know my bottle of Absolute at home is in the freezer. And it's frosty on the outside of the glass.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that needs to be tested. And again, I hope it works. I'm excited for it. It's an awesome invention, but we'll see.
Yeah. Adam sends kisses, by the way.
Thanks, Adam.
He always sends kisses,
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, there's The package too. Yeah, there's a lot there, man. I don't know. It's like Christine's asking like what's the purpose of paper? I think that's you know a great question to ask in terms of like when you're designing packaging, like decide on materials. What is the purpose of this material to begin with? And then kind of make your decisions around that. Yeah, I think consumer education is key. 100%. You drink vodka. Adam, I'm going to pray about it.
Yeah.
I'm actually a whiskey drinker, but vodka's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, man. So what else we got going on? So we got this bottle again, like you can see people are interested.
Yeah.
It's all over the news. It's great marketing because we're talking about them. They're all over the place, but what comes of this, I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
I know I got a lot of people, complaining when I said, if we turn everything into paper, where are we going to get all the materials? And they're like, oh, there's all this, there's hemp and there's bamboo. And yeah, but we already need all that stuff for everything else we're doing today.
If we can use fibers from excess, production from farming, like wheat straw and these other materials that are waste products, like, for example, the Corona 6-pack carrier that was so exciting.
Yep.
Why aren't we making more of those? Why isn't that taking off? Why aren't we using that material to make, recycled and, formerly unusable materials, turning it into something that we can use? Yeah. And I think the answer is it's not available. It costs more. Yeah. And that's frustrating because, it sure would be cool to be able to use that material.
100%. And I, the Corona pack that used all the leftover materials from the brewing process, it did cost more to produce that. It was a great material. It was recyclable. I think a big challenge though, again, is if we can use those materials, we don't need to create new packaging to use those materials for, right? It's like we have enough packaging today that's paper based that could be, that could be using these materials to reduce our consumption of tree fiber as it is today, right? Like that's like that's kind of the goal. It shouldn't be let's make everything out of paper and then we need more supply. Now let's start finding all these different materials. It doesn't really get us anywhere. It kind of keeps moving us in the same direction that we're going.
Yeah. It's a very sustainable industry. It's a very renewable resource. And with paper that's harvested for this purpose and even farmed for this purpose. There's a misconception that we're cutting down old growth trees to make corrugated boxes. That's not happening. We would never do that. There's nobody who wants to be more sustainable than the people that are using the material. I promise you that. I worked at Weyerhaeuser for 5 years, and that's all they talked about was how we plant 10 trees for every one that's cut down, and it's incredibly sustainable. So.
Yeah, 100%. And this makes me feel good, right? Getting John's certification that my question was pretty good, and that your question was pretty good. Is the freezer safety? What's going to happen there? And the negative pressure. Perfect. Appreciate it, John. Means I can picture things properly and I know what I'm talking about. We got Marcello. What's up, man? Appreciate you following along. Shout out to Ryan. This is good. I love this community. I think we talk about all the different topics in sustainability and packaging, just what's happening. And hopefully we get to ask more questions and then just be like, oh my God, this is great. And posting it. All right. This gets us a little bit deeper in there.
And if anybody knows somebody at Absolute that could send us a bottle to test and to try out, we would love to be advocates for it if it works. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We that's the thing is we want to be able to test it and dig in. I'd love to send this over to my local recycling center, have them confirm that it is recyclable, that they can process it, have them come back with what challenges they're going to see. And that's one thing that I typically do is I'll send out materials to the team here, I'll send it out to the team over at TerraCycle, and then they can come back with basically a quick report and saying, here are the issues, here's what's going to happen with it, and you can make decisions on that. Obviously, don't just make decisions on your local municipality because everything is so different here in the U.S. But good stuff. We've got somebody coming in from Brazil. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming on here. All right, man. So we're wrapping up. So what's next? You're talking tomorrow,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, tonight I'll do 4 podcasts live from Circularity23 to interview the winners of the U.S. Plastics Pact. So excited for that, and thank you, Crystal Bayless from that organization, for letting me in on that. That's very exciting. And then tomorrow the winners will be announced, and Wednesday we will be up on stage to give some 5-minute, 10-minute presentations on each idea that won. So that really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll be at EastPack in New York next week.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exciting. So I'll be there. I'll be speaking on artificial intelligence packaging design, basically the design process, and incorporating artificial intelligence into it. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. I'm super excited about the Photoshop beta with the AI in there. Again, it's always great to know that you're on the right track. I released that what Adobe's going to do with AI video, just kind of explaining how they're going to incorporate it into their different apps. And so far, we're still on track. Right now, you can just like select an area, and it pops up a little dialog box where you just natural language, just type in what you'd like to see. Right. So I could have your picture. I can circle your glasses, for example, and be like, please, remove these glasses. And it does it. Right. It's like,
amazing.
And it gives you options, and it's like, put a hat on, or change the background, change the lighting, and it does all of these things. It's not 100%,
sure,
but man, it's pretty damn close.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy. What do we got? Elephant grass grows faster than bamboo, has nice long fibers. That's the challenge, right? So I think with some of these materials is the fiber length. I know hemp, everybody's like, oh my God, hemp is awesome, but hemp has short fiber lengths. So it requires, either virgin or something else that has long fibers in there to support it. You can't do like 100%. There's a lot of challenges. Does the Photoshop AI work as good as the demo videos? The demo videos are just clips of the best. So, it's not like a one-shot deal, but Matt, I'd check it out, man. It's pretty cool. It does some really cool stuff, man. Matt Hansley over at, I want to say Enlisted. But Matt's awesome. He's a killer packaging designer, 3D artist. He's like a superstar in KeyShot and SolidWorks and all those 3D programs that I have zero idea about. So definitely check him out. But yeah, check me out at EastPack. Check out Corey this week. Record from there. We'd love to, see your podcast and what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Adam.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much, Corey. It's been good. Good chat, dude. Appreciate it.
You too, sir. Thank you.
See you guys.
Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today with Avelio Matos.